Question 7 says diagram 1 shows cells from light sensitive layer in the eye. On diagram 1, add labels to part A and part B of the light sensitive cell. Now this is something that I've noticed AQA tend to like to do, is that they're trying to trick you by giving you something that you've never seen before and asking you to apply knowledge that you already know to that. So at this point, some people tend to panic because they think that the question is asking them to answer something that they've got no idea about. All you've got to do is know that they're not going to do that. They're never going to ask you a question on something that you've never studied. As long as you revised everything on your course, you'll know everything you need to for the exam. So what this question is actually asking you to do is label the parts of the cell that you already know. So here we have a cell. Granted, it's an odd-shaped cell, but it's a cell nonetheless. So an A is pointing to the fluid in the cell. And so just say what that is, and that's quite obvious, that is cytoplasm. And B is pointing to the lining of the cell, and again that's quite obvious, and that's the cell membrane. So something that seems like it's going to be quite hard is actually quite simple. Question 7b says there is a junction between the connecting neuron and the neuron carrying the impulse to the brain. Connecting neuron being here, and this being the neuron to the brain. What is the name given to the junction? Now here it's jumping to the topic on nerves and communication. Now if you remember, the gap between two neurons is called the synapse. And question 7b is, in what form is information passed across the junction? Now this question is worded strangely, but what it's asking you is how is information passed from one synapse to another? And the answer is in the chemicals which move the signal along from the first synapse to the second synapse, and it's chemicals that pass the signal on. So the answer is in chemicals.